In search of a change in their life, Cleonice and Jades leave their current city and move to another state.
In the beginning, it was a little difficult because I was unemployed and so was my husband. And we also had a daughter, right? My oldest daughter. My husband only worked side jobs in constructions. I wanted to work, I wanted a job because I wanted to help my husband.
There was a moment that really touched me. It was when I got my first job. I left my house and there was nothing for us to eat at home. So we didn't know anyone in the city. And that was when I decided to get some meat and pay them later at the butcher shop. And the guy didn't know me, but he trusted me anyway.
We were still paying rent at that time. And we also didn't have food to eat, There was no milk to give to my daughter, who was still a little baby.
I only earned minimum wage back then. It was about 180 reais, and I paid 100 in rent. It was very difficult.
Even in tough times, Cleonice dreams of a better life.
It was my biggest dream.
In this job I found, the co-workers found a very small house for us to live in, and there was no rent to pay.
A room and a kitchen. So we ended up living there for a long time.
Back in those days, a very small house was like a 5-star hotel for us.
We still didn't know God back at that time, but I found Dr. Suarez's program on TV, and I told him to watch it.
I was getting converted. I watched Dr. Suarez, and then I started to like him more and more. The way he preaches, his sincerity, he doesn't force anyone to start sponsoring. And I always wanted to go, but I had no conditions to go.
I was also watching Dr. Suarez on the television, and I always wanted to become a sponsor, right? But I was unemployed at that time. So I asked the Lord for a job so that I could start sponsoring, and God opened this door for me, and I started to pay my sponsorship, and I've been a sponsor for 11 years and 8 months, and it's the same amount of years that I've been working, Then we bought land, and things were starting to get a little better. Then we wanted to go to the Grace of God Church. But we couldn't because there was no transportation.
We were in this situation for 4 years.
And the Grace of God Church was a little bit further. And I told God that if He gave us a transportation, a car, then we would start going to church. And God blessed our lives with a car.
In fact, I bought a car. It was on a Saturday. On a Sunday, we went to the Grace of God Church. We've been going for 8 years.
After a while, I felt in my heart to start sponsoring my husband as well.
I see the sponsorship as a help that we can give to the church, to help the souls that are longing, the same way that I was converted through television. Many others can as well.
And after that, he got a new job. His salary is a lot better than before, and he's been there for a long time.
And the things started to get better in our lives, especially in our financial life.
After we converted, our life changed.
Today we can eat what we want.
We have to be faithful to God because He always provides.
I was very jealous. I used to get mad at anything. But nowadays, everything is a lot better.
A miracle. God worked a miracle in our lives.
Today, everything is different. Jesus changed our life completely. My son would ask me for a new toy, and we had no conditions to buy it. But today, we can give him the toy he wants. And that's it. Our life changed from water to wine.
Today, we have a car and we have a house, thanks to the Lord.
God has blessed our lives. We bought some land and we built a house and another house at the back. And today, we have our own house that we live in and one that we rent.
Our God is mighty. That changes lives, prospers, and transforms.